Stop wasting time. What the Stoics would tell you. You opened your eyes this morning with a full day ahead of you. And somewhere between the alarm, the phone screen, the scroll, the notifications, and the half-finished cup of coffee, hours vanished. Not stolen. Not taken. Just gone. And tonight, you will feel that quiet dread again. That whisper that says, I did not really live today. Here is what most people never realize. That feeling is not modern. It is not caused by social media or Netflix or the endless noise of 2025. The Stoics felt it too. 2,000 years ago, men and women with full lives, real pressures, and no shortage of distraction faced the exact same drift. And they found a way through. The Stoics figured this out long ago, and we have forgotten it. Not how to be more productive. Not how to optimize your morning. But how to stop letting time dissolve through your fingers while you are still alive inside it. And trust me, if you stay until the end, the final section will completely change how you think about tomorrow morning. If this channel speaks to you, subscribe now. We translate ancient Stoic wisdom into practical tools for the life you are actually living. Epictetus did not own his own body for most of his life. He was a slave. And yet, in the Discourses, he wrote, "It is not that I have so little time, but that I have wasted so much of it." Wait. That was Seneca. But the point applies to both of them. Seneca, in Letters to Lucilius, put it plainly. He said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a good deal of it." He watched wealthy Romans fill every hour with banquets, gossip, status games, and meetings that led nowhere. He called them not busy, but absorbed. Consumed by motion that produced nothing of value. Sound familiar? You are in back-to-back Slack threads. Your calendar looks full. But by Friday, you cannot name one thing you actually built. That is not productivity. That is the illusion of it. The Stoics called this being busy without purpose. It is not about doing more. It is about doing what matters. Practical step, at the end of today, write down 3 things you did. Then ask honestly, which of these moved anything that actually matters to you forward? Just 3 things. One honest question. Epictetus taught one idea above all others. Some things are in your control. Most things are not. He called this the foundational Stoic discipline, and he outlined it in the Enchiridion on the very first page. But here is where most people misapply it. They use it for emotions or outcomes. They forget to apply it to time itself. Your calendar is full of other people's priorities dressed up as your own. The meeting someone else scheduled. The group chat demanding a response. The favor that became a routine obligation. These are not in your control to prevent entirely. But how much of your core hours they consume, that is. Marcus Aurelius, even as Emperor of Rome, protected his mornings. He journaled before the empire made its demands. He wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. He ran the largest empire in the ancient world and still guarded time for reflection. You have one job, one apartment, one life. What is your excuse? Practical step, identify one recurring time drain this week that belongs to someone else's agenda. 1. Reduce it or remove it. Not everything. Just one. Seneca wrote one of the most uncomfortable sentences in all of philosophy. In On the Shortness of Life, he said, "While we wait for life, life passes." He was writing to a friend named Paulinus who had spent decades promising himself he would slow down once things settled. They never settled. They rarely do. You know this version of deferral. You will start when you have more time. You will begin when things are less hectic. You will live fully once this season ends. And every season hands off to the next one, carrying the same unfinished promise. The Stoics called this the great error of the ordinary mind. Not laziness. Not failure. The quiet assumption that there will always be more time. There will not always be more time. There is only this one. Practical step: name the one thing you have been deferring that you already know matters. Write it down. Schedule 30 minutes for it this week. Not a goal. Not a project. 30 minutes. Here is where it closes. Not with a system. Not with a hack. With something older and more honest than both. Cato the Younger spent his life refusing to compromise on what he believed mattered. He had every reason to defer, to wait, to let Rome decide things for him. He never did. His whole life was a refusal to let the important be crowded out by the urgent. The Stoics are not asking you to be more productive. They are asking you to be more present to what is actually yours to live. Not the scroll. Not the performance. Not the illusion of motion. You woke up this morning with a full day. You will wake up tomorrow with another one. The only question is whether you will notice it before it becomes yesterday. That is what the Stoics would tell you. Stop waiting. Stop drifting. Stop mistaking noise for life. Your time is the only real currency you have. Spend it like you know that. If this landed, subscribe to Thean Shaken Order. And watch this next video. Because what comes after this, you need to hear.